Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to another stream. So it's Tuesday, right? 18th of October. 18th of October. I think I started my live streams 18th of May, so it has been 5 months. 5 months since I started this live stream, since I took this step. Yeah, I was nervous that day. I remember. So, yeah, how is everyone doing? So Tuesday, it's educational content, as you know. And I do another live stream usually on Saturdays at 12 p.m. where I do my weekly analysis. So 2 live streams per week. That's usually what I do in here. So yeah. So the market, right? If you have any questions, feel free to ask, guys. If you want to take a look at any specific pair, asset, please write in the comments. Let me know what you are looking for. How is your start of the week so far? I haven't opened any trade at this point. I've been quite of a busy week, a little bit outside of the market, so no trades. I did miss the short today on the Aussie, now in the afternoon. Just distracted with a few things going on. So at this point I have no trades taken until now. So yeah. So here we are, dollar index. I was curious, I think I mentioned that last Saturday. I was curious to see how price would open, if by any chance we would hold this high, and if you eventually create new lows. I saw this one as an engulf to the downside. We had already had this small engulf down as well, kind of showing a little bit that price could go lower. It's retesting this support resistance in there. I could still see price maybe going further down. I still eventually like the possibility of price eventually going upwards and taking this high a little bit more deep into this level. However, at this point, we are literally just trading in between this range in here, right? So we are somewhere in here, between this low and this high. Now we are ranging in here. It's been touching high, the lows and the bottoms a few times. Yeah, there is opportunities to be taken in here. Not my favorites, but yeah, there are something in there. On the other hand, I think I mentioned that as well. Eventually, I think I can see these ones already as an engulf to downside. So price could easily somewhere from here, or even from already where it reacted from during the CPI data. It could be and it could go down. And if that happens, it will be another month where we had CPI data and we have a new kind of cycle starting. Around that period. It has been like that since a few months now. For example, this was the last CPI, the previous CPI data in September. After that, we had all the way move to the upside, and now this could be the move to the downside from here. Let's see what's going to happen in here. We had this weaker dollar, and on the other hand, we had this move to the upside on the indices, which is actually interesting to see, because you guys remember, and it's something interesting actually to analyze, especially when you have assets that they are super correlated. For example, like the S&P and the Nasdaq. However, within that correlation, when one moves up, the other one usually moves up as well. When one moves down, the other one usually moves down as well. However, there are sometimes they are reacting from different levels, and that can be some clues that maybe we could use in terms of look for specific opportunities. For example, on this S&P, we can see that we had that price at this point in here was already reacting from this supply in here, from this level. While, as you're going to see now on the S&P, price was still reacting from here. Meanwhile, we had this move to the upside yesterday, and today S&P now is reacting a little bit above it, and now Nasdaq is finally reacting from this supply that S&P reacted on Friday. It was Friday? Yeah, I think Friday. So you can use sometimes those levels to give it as a guidance of maybe where to expect some kind of reaction. And if one of them hasn't still reacted from there, maybe there's a chance that it's going to react from there in the future. Or another way it would be if one by any chance breaks a level of structure and the other hasn't yet, maybe that could be that maybe there's some lagging going on and expecting price to eventually go and fill that space or fill that zone. It's something that maybe could expect. For example, as I mentioned, so we had this supply in here that price was reacting last Friday on the S&P, and as you can see, Nasdaq today is reacting from that, around that supply level, somewhere in here. It didn't even really touch it, but it's reacting somewhere in there. Well, S&P has been reacting from this one. So this is something to pay attention to sometimes when you have these high correlated assets. However, they may be reacting from different levels. It was quite interesting to see, for example, during all this rally in July, August that we had in the indices. S&P was literally lagging all the way through, comparing with the Nasdaq, while Nasdaq was reacting from the levels already above this level in here. S&P still spent a lot of time in here, but then actually the last week before the turn, actually S&P accelerated a little bit this kind of its pace to catch up. Right, there was a quick move, as you can see. What I mentioned, S&P was reacting still within these highs, while Nasdaq was already somewhere in there. But all of a sudden, during this last week, it accelerated and actually ended up breaking the same triple top on both scenarios. And another scenario was that as Nasdaq actually reacted from the supply, and S&P didn't really reacted from the supply that was in there above. So it was interesting to see as well. So in this case, S&P was kind of lagging a little bit, and there was that fast move during the week before the turn, that we could see S&P just going up and up until it finally reversed. Yeah, that's just a few things that we can pay attention to when we see these high correlated moves. Maybe you can even use it on Ethereum and Bitcoin. Somehow, sometimes you can do that. So that's nice to see. Yeah, aside from that, let's see what's going to happen in here. If you are going to break this highs or not. Wait. If you're eventually going to break this highs or not, that's going to be interesting to see. Or if you're going to just resume the move to the downside. Yep, I still may like this small zone in there. If by any chance, if you break this level, there's maybe something in here around this level that price can react from. You still have the supply zone above it as well. So there's maybe a few zones above those highs. Let's see what these indices are going to do. Yeah, Nasdaq never really reacted from there, to be honest. Reacting from this level and in there. Okay. Yeah. Now the other indices that I like to look at, the Euro index and the dollar and the yen index. So the yen index end up breaking those lows, right? That we had in here. And really nice spike. Interesting to see, right? What usually should have been respected as a long, it was actually just spiked right now. the supply that created the break of the move to downside. There was a small spike, a fast spike. It was quite big this morning. And where did price go to? It's incredible, right? Just go straight into there, reacting from that zone. And there's a chance that maybe some more orders above it, and this high eventually can be faked out, and price even can continue to the downside after that. But nice reaction today. Yeah, if by any chance you're looking for a trend continuation in there, well, it happened quite fast. Maybe haven't managed to find an opportunity to enter, right? It's a really nice reaction from the supply that literally broke those walls on the left side. This spike in here on the yen index, it actually happened around one of the zones that I had. Oh, there was just a spike now. Didn't realize this. Yeah, one of the zones that I had mentioned last Saturday. So I went a little bit to the left side to try to see a few key levels that maybe I would be interested in order to look for the dollar yen to react from. However, as you know, we are reacting from maybe 30 years ago, so there's not enough data on the world time frame. So everything we are doing is based on the daily or weekly charts, which it makes it harder to be a little bit more precise exactly. But this was the reaction somewhere in here at the base of this candle, somewhere in there. That's where one of the zones that I was looking for. Let's take a look at the daily. And around that zone, it's where this dollar yen reacted from. I'm still not even looking for any trades on dollar yen. At this point, it's way too risky. I want to see price actually moving away from the highs, creating some lows and creating a little bit of structure before even considering anything on the dollar yen at this point. Yeah, so it was somewhere in here at the base of this level. That was one of the zones that I mentioned that I could see some reaction after price filling out this compression. And here is where it reacted in 1998. Then price went down. Somewhere in there, there's maybe something in here that maybe I'll be looking for. Actually, I want to draw this one. Can I pinpoint it a little bit? Yeah, something in there, maybe interesting. To have this quasi-moda in there, which it looks like it's still fresh. We are looking at the daily time frame, so maybe some reaction in there could be expected. This one a little bit down as well. So yeah, maybe around 150. It's actually a nice round number. Around 150 could be something in there. Even before that, again, something in here can still be something. Eventually, my favorite zone, as I mentioned, it will be this 156 level. I don't know when price is going to get there and if it's going to get there. But if it does, for sure I'll be trying to look for some shorts in there. Yeah, at this point on the end, I'm still looking just for a little bit of a good approach. I want to see price going down, and when it goes down, as you can see, anytime that the yen has been going down at this point, it's just spikes. It's just spike. It's just another spike in there, and it has been just spikes all the way through. Even if you look at a little bit more time frame, so there's not much structure to play with. Anytime I'm seeing something like this, I'm not really expecting price to hold this size, eventually to just take them. So yeah, the base in there, maybe just took this lows. This maybe can use eventually in the future for price to be faked out, and maybe price can go. Wait. Okay. Yeah, maybe something in there could be an opportunity. Take below this low, and eventually for price to continue to go to the upside. Nothing much in there on the dollar yen at this point. Yeah, let's take a look at some Forex. Second. Okay, here we are. Okay, so euro. Yep, just missed that one as well. So euro open with the. It was somewhere in here. It was actually a nice reaction from that level, and this was actually a nice zone to look for. The PA originated in here after the break of this high. It was actually quite nice. To maybe look for an opportunity to go long. Especially even the approach was quite nice as well. I didn't trade it. I was not here. I was not in front of my PC when that happened. But this was a nice engulf up, breaking this high in here, showing that price wanted to go higher. And this is a nice quasi-model level, right? As you can see, and even the approach, something that I like as well. Starting to show a little bit of a bullish momentum in there, creating a small higher highs in this lower time frame, until then eventually got to that level. Yeah, somewhere in here could have been a good zone to look for an opportunity to go long, because at least target until there could be an option, or you could even expect price to go higher. Yeah. Today, another typical kind of support resistance could have been traded in here. This morning, another space in there created. This high in here, it tricks me a little bit. I think price still wants to go higher, to be honest, on this euro. I think that this is not going to be the zone where eventually euro is going to stop. I think we are going to get a little bit closer to these levels, and even eventually maybe take those highs away. This can be just kind of a middle range zone that eventually I wouldn't be surprised if price just continues to go higher. This was the break of a high. I was looking for longs when this zone was created. I didn't trade it. Price never got there. It paused before. Yeah, somewhere in here around this demand zone, price just paused. Not even in here, and then in here it was already. Well, no trade. Yeah, no trade on this euro, but it was a nice move once again, right? So you can see this happening often, which is break of a level of support resistance. Price kind of creates a kind of a demand in alignment with that level. Price goes up, price pauses. Price never really got to that level. Pauses in here in between. It even creates a new high, and then price goes there, kind of respects this double low, and then eventually takes it, right? You can see my one of my shorts that I did 1 year ago, something like that, in one of my videos. It explains a little bit this exactly this kind of setup. We have this demand aligned with that level, and price just is this, and then eventually you can even try to look for entries aligned with this left shoulder that we just fake out. Yeah, that's usually what I look for. Actually, I look for this move in here. This now coming back and up and going up again. That's can happen as well. It's kind of a quasimodo in here. Usually this high can be a little bit higher, but usually I try to catch the trade straight away in here. That's why I was looking for the buy as soon as it happened, especially as soon as this high is broken. That's when I was trying to look straight away for the long. This setup in here now, it's a different kind of setup. It's still a valid zone, especially if we haven't reached our target in here. Personally, I don't think we did. I think price wants eventually to go higher, but that we'll see what euro is going to do. But this is a typical setup, and it's one of my favorite trend continuation setups. To eventually see euro going a little bit higher. Yep. Another one that I was looking for today. We can take a look at a little bit of pound. Pound actually yesterday it offered a great opportunity around here as well. This after the gap that was created in here to the upside. I don't think this wall actually broke this level, so I don't know if there's an engulf to downside in there. But we opened with this gap, and this was a really nice demand zone in there. Again, a little bit of spice. Price goes there fast and goes. And yes, I mentioned last Saturday that I was looking for. I didn't really like to see pound respecting this high, and I was looking for price to go a little bit higher, closer to this level. I even mentioned this is a situation that happens quite often, which is actually when this move happened, and you remember that I was looking for price to eventually fill this price. My ideal entry, if I didn't catch this one, it would be for price to go and eventually to this. And now, yes, and now fill this, wow, this price. Price never did it. Price just created this small retracement and it left the order somewhere in here behind. And that's exactly where I had this reaction yesterday. It's a really nice reaction in there. There's in this time frame you don't see it, but actually if you go into the lower time frame, you're going to see exactly that small supply where it reacted from. I don't know if it is on 5. You can already notice a little bit on this 5 minutes. If you go to 1 minute, it's even better. Actually, it looks like a little bit touched. But yeah, it was this zone above that that high. It's a zone that I always mark. We have kind of a double top in here and just a zone a little bit above it. There's chance of price going still a little bit higher, but for now, this reaction here it was quite nice to see. Now, is this low an engulf to downside? Are you going to see pound going from here all the way back to downside? There could still be that scenario. There could be that scenario. Personally, I don't, because this low actually didn't never managed to break that one. We'll see. I kind of already respected it or broke it. I could see the scenario where maybe it could go all the way back to the downside. Maybe this could be considered as an engulf down, even though price did react to the next level of structure, as I mentioned, this SR zone. However, never really reacted from this demand zone. So there's maybe that scenario where all these lows are an engulf of this break in here, and price can eventually fill the rest of the spice from this size. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do have that move. For now, maybe as a target, maybe even filling this price, that could be one of the scenarios for at least during this week to see this gap being filled. So eventually expect maybe pound to go and fill at least this level. We'll see what's going to happen in there. But I could see that happening as well. Yeah. On the other hand, yes, maybe there's still a chance for price to eventually break the highs and continue to go higher. Yeah, of course there is that scenario. Maybe price even can go a little bit above there. But let's see. Yeah, but in terms of higher time frame, you can see that literally broke these lows. It kind of make it look like it was working, but it's just broke it once more. And we reacted from the SR, but it never really reacted from the kind of the next demand zone. So yeah, if you find a good entry to go short, close to the extremes, maybe you can try to hold it to see if price actually is going to eventually fill that space in there. Yeah, that's the pound in there. The pound. The dollar today. Yeah, the short in there, it was an option. Really nice zone in there. The price had broken this low even before get there. This was an engulf that I actually had identified. Now price is reacting from this level, but yeah, this could have been a nice short to be taken. I could see price maybe going a little bit further down, at least to this level. Also, it's interesting because we did this high, broke this high, then it went all the way down, it respected this level, and now it's respecting this high again. Personally, I could see price faking out all these highs eventually maybe turning, maybe getting a little bit closer to this level, which is the test of this level in there. We are starting to create way too many highs in here, just underneath this level in there, which can be interesting. Hey Marius, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Yesterday, I saw your message yesterday, man. You made me laugh. You were the first one that commented on my stream even before it happened. So yeah, man, you made me laugh yesterday. Yeah, I'll take a look at oil in a bit. If you want, I can take a look at oil. I haven't looked at oil actually this week yet. Yeah, Aussie, we break this low in here as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if price eventually just gets in here and somewhere in there needs to make a decision, because I think if you break below this low, a lot of it looks compressed from the Monday's move, and there's a chance that maybe it can go even lower. At this point, I could see price reacting somewhere in here and going to the upside. Something that I would even prefer to see, it would have been maybe all these highs being taken, and now yes, this low is being taken, and something like that. That would be enough confusion for everyone, and it would be quite nice to see actually happening, because it will be a break of a high. Everyone will be bullish. All of a sudden, we break the lows. Maybe people start to be bearish, and actually price will just continue to go higher. All these scenarios are in a way expecting dollar to go higher. Where this all reacted from, in reality, I think there's a lower time frame demand in there. Can you see this small zone in here that created where the start of this big imbalance in here to the upside occurred, and neither of these lows went there to react from that demand zone. So again, if you notice that some kind of imbalance to happen like this, what's going on in here? Do I have a gap in here? Is I have 4 hours of missing data in here. Okay, forget about this. Yeah, but you can see this demand in here, beautiful demand on 1 minute time frame. Again, not visible on those 1 hour, maybe 4 hour. However, it's visible in here on our time frame, and if you are aware of it, these two lows they should have respected or should have touched this demand. They didn't. They left the orders behind, and now that's exactly where we are reacting from. So yes, maybe from here, maybe price can be ready to eventually go higher and finally break this size. Because for me, honestly, this is a break of a high. I wouldn't be surprised if price goes upwards from here, and because we actually respected this low, that wouldn't be surprised if we eventually break the highs. So let's see, nice zone in there, and that can actually be a good sign, because now it respected the lower time frame demand, but it kind of left behind the higher time frame demand, which can be used for the future. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen on the Aussie. But good price session all around. So yeah, so let's take a look at oil, because Marius mentioned it. WTI. I haven't looked at these guys for a while. Right, it's going down again. Respect to that level that I don't know if I've easily covered oil with you guys, but I do it with the other guys. Yeah, nice reaction from this supply level. How this was compressed, okay. There's kind of this demand. There's this gap in here, which basically price looks like it's reacting from. I did like where this low reacted from. It was one of the zones that I was looking for when as price was going down. For me, all this was compressed, so I wanted to see that being taken, and we did react now from this level of support resistance somewhere in here on the left side, right? So this was a massive one back in 2018, and I don't know if I have the other one. If I go to the weekly, yep, you can see it. Yeah, nice touch in there, so eventually good react in here. And this is exactly actually some kind of move that more often than not what you should expect, right? We have this level of support resistance in here that managed to hold price up, price break it, goes down, and now we kind of have this is a higher time frame. We are looking at the weekly, but this kind of a higher time frame supply level. In reality, if you then start looking for the lower time frame, we can try to find out which zone is in alignment with this level that is still fresh. You can literally see that this high never reacted from, never touched this supply in here, so it's actually a really nice reaction in there. This is kind of a little bit in compression. Price already broke that one. This demand was still fresh. You can see that it was touching there. Price just continued to go down. This one was taken already. Is price reacting from this demand? If it is, it makes sense. Yep, it makes completely sense. You can see that engulf down on the way up that I mentioned, kind of price breaking this low, but not really reacting from this demand. This is again a nice SR zone. Price went down and then kind of reversed, create this demand in alignment. This low never reacted from there, so price apparently now is reacting from there. I've seen that oil. I have a few individuals that actually like to trade oil. That's when I started to look at it more often. And oil actually reacts quite nicely from this kind of supply demand zones. It likes to compress a lot, that's for sure. It likes to go ups and downs a lot. You can see how it has been going down, even the way it was going up as well. So if you notice that we are starting into a new trend, just look for those supply levels at the extreme, and most likely you can maybe ride the trend like that. Just trading those, wait for the retracement for price to get to that level, kind of creating double top scenarios. And there you go, you can join the move. Let's see how price now reacts from this level. What were you looking for on oil, Marius? Were you looking for longs, shorts? Like what exactly were you looking for in here? Eventually we do have still, this is the origin of the move. Maybe you can even consider that part. So this is kind of where it started. After we have the creation of this low, price went up. It created this decision in here, right? So this decision that price decided to not continue to go down. It was too kind of cheap and it wanted to go higher. Yeah, you missed the long. It was a nice one. Yeah, it was a nice one. Higher time frame perspective. I like that price was reacting from, as I mentioned, from this kind of level from 2018. However, looking at the end of the move, I don't think the shorts have finished yet. I don't think these lows from last month, I don't think it has reached its final destination. It's actually a really nice reaction from around this level, but I want to see, I personally, I think I still want to see this low being taken. And maybe price reacting from the next demand zone just underneath it. I think this one is still fresh as well. Maybe some reaction from there could be something interesting to see. So to be completely honest, I think the compression doesn't really reach its final zone. I could see price still going below this wall. Because it is kind of the first impulse, price went down. I don't know if it reacted from the demand zone and it starts compressing after that. So yeah, seeing this low being taken eventually, it will be maybe a potential end of cycle for this move down. Retesting maybe this 73 zone. Of course, we have a few more support resistance zones just underneath it. This one around COVID, it was this COVID, beginning of COVID, still January. Yep, eventually if then you start breaking these lows, all this compression needs to be filled, and maybe you can start looking a little bit further down. So let's see what's going to happen in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if eventually this is going to continue to go go down. Looking at this on the day, it even so beautiful. This small wick in there, support resistance. You can literally see that this size never reacts from there. And now it's kind of this demand zone. Yeah, the recession, right? The recession is has been a main topic on oil, right? The fear of recession, so maybe decreasing the demand. I haven't really seen any news in the last week or something like that, but 2 weeks ago they kind of agreed, right, on the reduction in 2 million barrels per day. And we could see that's usually, I think that was when you had this rally to the upside, when they kind of made that decision or that agreement. However, the last thing we need right now is to start seeing the oil price to go back $100 a barrel or something like that, because as you can see, even the last CPI data was higher than expected. If we go back to having high energies price, it's going to be there's no end for the inflation. So that would be a nightmare for whatever the central banks are trying to do in reducing the inflation. Getting these oil prices back to above 100, it will be way too much. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen, right? I think you can see it from this weekly. I don't have it. Maybe monthly. I don't have it. Well, on TradingView, I think I have it. You could see like in 2008 the big drop on the oil somewhere in there, back in 2008. Yeah, if you check the previous one. But yeah, nice reaction, right? From that support resistance on the left side towards to this new level of support resistance, and actually now this kind of new level is the demand zone here on the daily. Yep. So, honestly, I believe that sometimes you just overcomplicate too much everything. You can just stay with the most basic stuff, understanding basic concept of support resistance levels on a higher time frame, and all the manipulation that is created in between, and that's it. Kind of, you may stay safe just trading those levels. Hi Seb, how are you, man? How is Ethereum today? Any trades taken? Yeah, that's oil. What else? Yeah, that's dollar yen. We saw some big rallies on the yen pairs, right? These last few days. Euro yen is approaching a good zone as well. So I have had. There's a chance for price even to go a little bit higher. So I mentioned that price had reacted from this kind of left shoulder in here, this cam zone. There's a little bit of a supply in there, and now there's a little bit of another one just above it. This is where price has been kind of reacting today. Again, that big spike that's occurring there, wherever that happened, wherever that was. Did it react from the SR? Not exactly. So it looks like it's reacted from somewhere in the middle. We still have the demand zone where this big move started in there. So not even that one reacted from. And it's aligned with a good zone that in theory price should have been respected. So looking for potential longs or some reaction in here, I think it could be a good opportunity, especially if you start continuing to have some more lows accumulated just above it. That would be the ideal. So yeah, that one was one of the zones. We can go there on the daily and maybe even on the 4 hour. I think I can go there on the 4 hour time frame. Yeah, let's go there on the 4 hour. Yeah, so this is one of kind of supply levels that was still fresh. We have out of these left shoulders as well, and actually may like this level as well, just above all this size. Eventually we could fake out these guys in there and react somewhere in there to have some good reaction. We can even carry on looking a little bit above it. We do have this left shoulder in here. This level looks like it's still fresh. These guys never got there. Below that we have a nice KM aligned with this, but we could take all the orders from this size, eventually reacting from that zone. We do have this kind of support resistance aligned with this level. Not sure if it has been taken already from that one. I cannot go on 1 hour, right? Oh, I can still go on 1 hour. Nice. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, something in there. I don't even like that much this one anymore. I actually just like this one. So this is the kind of supply level where price has been reacting today. Somewhere in here. And actually adjust this one to make it more precise. It's too much. Perfect. And yeah, you can see this price until this guy, which is not even properly drawn. Yeah, there's maybe some reaction to have with all these highs in here that never reacted from there. And then not sure about this one, this last one, this last spike, and this one. It looks nice. I don't know when price is going to go there. I don't even know where price is reacting from on the left side from here. Oh, okay, you are from here. Yeah, let's see what's going on, what's going to happen in here. We'll be playing zone by zone. I want to see some moves being taken. Some signs of reversal. Alright, we've always been respected in here. It was taken kind of. Actually broke out that one. So I already broke out this one. I think this is the level that I was mentioning before, somewhere in there. Can you try it a little bit? Yeah, keep that line in there. Yeah, I tweak. I like this level in here. Okay, set up an alert in there. Yeah, let's see. Let it carry on, keep breaking highs. At this point, I'm not going to be looking for sells in here. You guys maybe could be looking for longs. I'm just counter trend reversal mindset, which kind of makes it harder for me to look for longs in a bull market or in a rally. It's kind of hilarious. Ethereum just formed a high low on the 4 hour. Are we going back down to 12? You are short in Ethereum, right? What's going on in Ethereum? Hi, Valor. You are looking for shorts on Euro Yen? Yeah, maybe. Just be careful with that. Be careful. If I want to see how price actually reacts from that zone above it that I just mentioned. Actually, I want to set up an alert even closer to that level. After faking out those highs, I want to see those highs being taken. Where is Ethereum? Ethereum. Did it respect this level again? Alright, it respected. So, Seb mentioned, so it's, are you short from where? When did you short, Seb? Shorting under test of this could have been nice. The price respected that level again. I don't know if this supply zone has been taken or not. There's a big spike in there. We did take this guy in there, so that's okay. We did, right? Yeah, we did. That's a nice fake out. Could be enough. 12,000. We are looking at 12,080. It should be somewhere in here. Is the money in here, right? Or this low? You are even looking at these lows. Yeah, maybe. I'll be playing zone by zone. This is a good demand zone in here after this compression. But eventually price can actually even go a little bit further down. Yeah, that could be a scenario in there. For some reason I like that one. Looking at Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin actually reacted from at least the supply here on 1 hour. It looks a little bit better. On Ethereum, on Ethereum it's a little bit tricky. But yeah, it's reacting somehow from the same level, right? Similar to what I mentioned before between Nasdaq and S&P. At this point, actually, both of them are reacting from the same supply. No, actually, yeah, actually, Ethereum is still have the supply fresh behind. I would not consider that as a supply, as a zone. Yeah, not even touched this week on the 4 hour. So it's in between kind of these two zones. Yeah, so eventually if you even fake out this size could be a scenario. Let's see. Where is Bitcoin again? Yeah, Bitcoin just reacting from this nice bit of demand in there as well. Yeah, these guys are just, they like to trade, they like to respect supplies and demands as well. All right. Yeah, I haven't looked at crypto with that much attention until it completely breaks away from all this level. I'm not even spending time on these guys. There are setups on intraday level for sure, but I'm not really following that much until we finally move away from this from all this range. So you are short from 13.3335. That's an amazing entry. Was it today the shorting here, or it was since yesterday? Or this morning? Yeah, that's an amazing entry. Yep, good trade. That's a good trade. You are catching the tops and bottoms, man. Good job, Seb. Good job, man. Yeah, you are carrying it on Ethereum. Yep, good job, man. What else? Dollar CAD. Yeah, can take a look at dollar CAD. Oh my god, I didn't notice this. When did this happen? During the stream. Nice one. Oh my god. Yeah, this was a level I was looking for. Yep, I was looking at this level in here. It's a nice level of support resistance as well. Not exactly, but this bit of supply in there with this week. It's a nice KM zone in there. On this left side, it's usually a nice zone to look for a reaction. And we did that. Yeah, nice reaction on CAD. Kind of move is done. It almost reached from this demand zone. Yep, this was a nice move. Oh well, another one. Yep, another one. And I think we already even broke this level on the way up, so price is even free to even go maybe a little bit farther down, yeah, maybe it's actually free to completely continue to move to the downside. It was a nice reaction from here, but I think I could see price still continue to go a little bit lower and maybe getting closer to this zone. Let's see what this card is going to do. But nice reaction. This was a nice zone to look for a potential setup, and the approach was somehow it was there. You can see how this compression on the way up on the approach can literally draw it like this. Broke it, still fake out this high, and this is kind of the quasi model level, right? Yep, doesn't need to be 100% in alignment to that left shoulder. Takes that one. We have this price. You are good to go. We have the break of the, we have an engulfing here. Price doesn't even touch the demand yet, which leaves a little bit of space in there, and it's free to at least go and touch that one. Oh yeah, nice one. Good job, cut. Good job. DAX, yeah, you can take a look at DAX. What is DAX? DAX. What is DAX doing? I liked where it reacted out this move in here. It was a nice one, and it respected this beautiful demand that was right. So at this point it's going higher. I don't have more data there on the website. What are you looking for on the DAX, Marius? Yeah, it's a nice reaction from here. It's kind of following what the US indices are doing it as well. Eventually, I wouldn't mind to see this low being taken in terms of higher time frame view, but from here it's okay. It's a nice reaction. We just took these lows in there. Initially, I liked where it reacted to. It respected the lows. And what else? What can you see on DAX in here? You can even draw some kind of trend line in here. Is price going all the way back to fill this zone? All this move in here? That could be one option. It's hard to find specific kind of support resistance at this point in here. The price just took this one. Something above this level could be an option in there as well. Yeah. This again, the amount of lows that they created just above this level, right? It's just incredible. And yeah, this is like, if you are not even interested in looking for long somewhere at these lows, or if you are a little bit afraid of it, honestly, as we start getting all these lows in here, that's just, at least for me, it creates more interest. It's a zone that automatically starts to become something good to look for. I don't trade DAX. I usually don't follow it. I literally don't follow it on a daily basis, and when someone asks me to. And even better is that we actually even managed to break a little bit of a few highs just before the move down, right? When was this? Was this the CPI data? Yeah, it was the CPI data. CPI. Just incredible, right? Yeah, it just moved similar to the euro, I remember now. Yeah, it went down, respected, and it moved higher. Let's see, we do have this level of support resistance that kind of, it just broke these highs. This demand is still fresh. At this point, we had already a little bit of that move that I mentioned. It's good to see price being respected in here. Eventually, doing something like this could be an option. Where are we reacting from? Maybe to the extreme of this. Could see price going higher. Yeah, maybe somewhere in here. I don't know what this gap is about. But reacting somewhere from this level could be. I like the lows that are starting to be created in here. Just to accumulate some more liquidity. Question mark is, are you going to even go higher and then eventually in the future go react from this level? Or are we going to already play it out this one? Like if you do that, then kind of eventually after we break this low, this high, I could consider looking for longs, as long as price actually reacts from where we want, doesn't go too much into deep in there. Yeah, this could be an option as a trend continuation setup if we think that this is going to go higher, which I think it could. You're looking for shorts, right? from today's high? Are you looking for shorts from today's high or something else on the left side? Yeah, today, looking at just today, actually today it was kind of, it has been respecting quite nicely. Breaks lows, retraces, retest, and goes down. So in that regard, it has actually provided quite good opportunities. If you just even follow, kind of break low, retest, find the next supply, sell it. Break low, retest, find next supply, kind of sell it. It's even nice that we saw a small break of a low in here, even then create a fake out in there. Was this afternoon? This was a nice one. Was this around the US Open? Yeah, 2:30. Yeah, this Vitoing goof down and then fake out for me is one of my favorites, especially if this low in here doesn't really touch the base of this demand in here. If this had happened, maybe I'll be worried that maybe this actually was a valid zone and now price could just break the high and continue to go higher. But if we just have a small break of a low, price leaves this zone fresh. Yeah, I'll be looking for some sells after that. And then yes, then continue to have more space. Eventually, all these looks compressed until we got close to these lows again. Yeah, and eventually we may go somewhere in there. Maybe first what you could do is actually first retest to this level of support resistance, whatever. Just go there first. There's maybe some level of demand in there as well on the lower time frame. And leave this zone underneath it with this high in here fresh. So how can I do this? Yeah, price at this point is already creating all these double lows. Pretend that it's working. Maybe retest first this one, goes higher a little bit, and then maybe can just take this one, or one of these two could be an option. At this point, we are taking the orders from this level, so it's getting weaker. And yeah, eventually that could be a scenario to look for. Yep, that can be a scenario. Yeah, this one was respected already in there. Oh, that's done. It's already there. Yeah, that's DAX. Yeah, you're looking for a little bit higher, right? Yeah, at this point, in terms of target for, by any chance, if price wants to go higher, where to? Is anything in there? Because price has been kind of taking the orders on the way down. Maybe above this one. Yeah, it's not that clear. I have a lot of gaps in here. I don't know if this is just because of the server or what's going on, or if this is normal. Yeah, just not sure about it. But yeah, just honestly, what they do in here is just unbelievable. The way they create kind of this structure in here, so many people that just look at the charts based on what they see on the most recent price action, they completely ignore this one. And yeah, then that happens. Always look left. Always look left. Well, yeah, I think that's it, guys. It has been 1 hour. It's almost 1 hour now. I'm starving. I need to go get some food. It's been a busy day, busy week, but no trades, which is making me upset a little bit. It's okay. I need to manage my expectations. All right, guys. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Let me know in the comments if you got any value, or if what part of it did you like the most, or what can I do to improve it as well, the streams. Yeah, I need to start making shorts from the streams. That's what I need to do. Thank you, Marius. And you you literally made me laugh yesterday, man. I'm serious. When I saw the comments, I even took a screenshot. Yeah, man. Just getting used. Hopefully getting more interaction with time. Yep. Okay, see you next Saturday for the weekly analysis, and I'll try to be more active as well on Twitter to share more stuff. Thank you. See you Saturday. Enjoy your evening and the rest of the week. So stay safe out there. Thank you. Obrigado. End stream.